Hi, I'm Joe. This is a review of the Eargo 8 hearing aids. These are relatively new. I believe Eargo came out with them several months ago. I've been using them for a couple months, and I'd like to do a full review this time on my use of them over the past several months. The change between the Eargo 8 and previous Eargos is got a few substantial things. One is they have a new case that has rather extended battery life. I've found that I've gotten 13 days of use from it before the light turns red. They're claiming 14 days, and that they say that the red light comes on when about it's under 25% charge left. That's pretty substantial battery life. Previous chargers had maybe 2 days. And I rarely got that, but I've been getting substantial charging from these. The case also is different. Let me show you. This is that's the 7, and underneath it you'll see there's the 8. It's kind of hard to do because I can't see it because it's in my face. And the 8 has substantial better battery. The other thing is they've changed the way they charge. They now have connectors. They're no longer charged through induction, which means they have a different battery. The batteries in the 5, 6, and 7 didn't seem to last as long as they did in prior versions. I had started with Eargo Plus and had the Eargo Neos, and both of those had rather good battery life, and they lasted me a year and a half easily before I then upgraded to something else. I found the 5 and 7 that I had didn't last nearly as long. So I'm hopeful that these will produce a better longevity for the actual devices themselves, and thus far they've worked beautifully. Like the 7s, they're also somewhat waterproof. They're not just sweat and safe for that. You could actually accidentally go in the shower and they'd be okay, which I've almost done actually a few times with my other hearing aids. And they also have inside the charger, there's a self-check. So you can go in and check the quality of the sound. So it checks the microphone and the speaker. So it's got a steady state check on what's going on with your devices. So you can check them once a week or something like that, and just verify that they're actually giving you the performance that you're expecting. They're slightly larger in diameter than this 5s through 7s. But they're smaller than the Neos, and they're also still straight like the 5 through 7s are. They come with 3 different size. They call them trumpets now. The part that actually holds them into your ear, and so there's a small, medium, and large. I was really surprised. I found the smalls to be really quite comfortable. The only issue that I've had using the smaller trumpets is that when I eat, sometimes they actually will move a little bit in my ears because of the movement of the jaw and how that affects your the ear canal a little bit. They're extremely comfortable, just like all the other Eargos. The sound quality is, again, it's improved. It's better than the 7s, and there's a higher frequency range that's included in them now. They've improved the tests that you use in order to get them configured for your particular hearing loss, and it's just overall remarkable as far as the sound quality is concerned. As with all the recent Eargos, you use the Sound Match program, and it goes through a series of tones while the Eargos are in your ears, and then it sets them up for your specific hearing loss. And they're adjustable afterwards a little bit. You can tweak the treble and the bass, and you can tweak the volume that normal will provide for you when you start them up. All of the Eargos for the past several years have included 4 programs, and you can choose among a variety of programs: music, restaurant, telephone, and it has the normal mode as well, which is the default. So it starts off in normal. I rarely use anything else. The normal mode generally will work for me. I do like to turn the noise off under certain circumstances because the noise filtering will clip voices as well if there's noise going on around you. So in other words, if there's a loud rumble from an engine or something like that, the Eargos will cut down the sound that you're receiving and thus make voices a little harder to hear. But by taking that off, you get more background noise, but you actually then can hear all of the sound that's happening around you. The primary difference in the actual device, as I had mentioned, is the charging. It uses contacts instead of the contactless charging. They use trumpets, which actually have a larger connector in front. They're easier to put on, a little bit harder to take off than they are to put on. They're very, very easy to put on, but taking them off, fortunately, so they don't fall out in your ears. But anyway, so there's a little bit of a tug. The trumpets are very strong, and they tell me that they'll last for many months. Just clean them and keep them free of grease and earwax. They also have eliminated the microphone cap. It now has a very strong metal shield behind it, which you clean once every couple of weeks using the sticky clay that they send with them, and also you can just buy that online as well. The thing that I like the best about Eargos, and I've tried a lot of different devices, is they're completely in your ear. They have high fidelity sound. You get almost perfect three-dimensional sound. I would say, I can't tell the difference between the sound with them and the way I used to be able to hear. It's just absolutely incredible, the sound quality. I highly recommend them. I think that you'd be extremely happy with them, and I also just see that they won the Gold Award for over-the-counter hearing aids for 2025. So that's terrific. I've been using Eargos now for I think it's 8 years, and I've looked at other hearing aids and I've tried other hearing aids, and I just keep going back to the Eargos. Those are just my go-to. So thank you for listening. Follow me if you want to hear more about hearing aids, and check out my reviews of others as well, and you can see how they match up to those. Thanks a lot. Bye now.